before us? Would we see the currency hit the rooftop? Would we see inflation also take a rooftop pace, or something new could happen? Dr. Laud Mensah is our guest on the program. Doc, thank you for your patience.
Thank you, Kemini.
Whether or not we have a new administration, the economy and its problems will remain the same.
Right.
What do you see with the trend now into the first few months of 2017?
Well, first few months, let me say the first 4 months, nothing new will happen. Because with the structures now, going into election, businesses are going to hold on in terms of their investment. Like I told you earlier, they will convert more into dollars. Then after the election, that's the new administration. Now that they are going to roll out their policies. So of course, if you're a business, you would like to wait to see whatever information that comes out. And information processing for an investor to react, takes some time. So I presume the first quarter will be the times that businesses and individuals who have their money that they want to invest in our economy would like to process, whatever is going to happen with the new administration before they start, pumping money into our system. And trust me, it's going to be times that things will dry up. Okay, Ghanaians should expect that, because we just came out from what? Election year. If it's a continuity of government, it will take a bit in a relaxed mode, okay? But if it's a new government, then in as much as we've seen manifestos upon manifestos, which in the end would trigger which direction, government will spend, we should expect, because the investor always, look at the business environment. And if I say business environment, you cannot dissociate the politics out from it. Ghanaians, sometimes we relax and say, politics, they should do their politics. I'm sitting somewhere. Let me tell you one secret. What you are wearing is political. Okay? Everything you eat is political. Because, if the fiber is imported, okay, you should expect that it's someone's political decision that will allow exchange rate to go up. And in the end, you buy it at high price. Absolutely. Okay? The food that you eat is political. So we shouldn't
especially if it's imported. Of
course. I mean, it's an import-driven economy. What do you expect? So in the end, we should see times that investors are going to coil in, okay, and then assess the environment again before they start, reacting with their funds. So with the information you have given me, if you were to ask me, I should trace the history back in the years, apart from what is happening in this quarter, then I can tell you more. But you gave me what has happened this quarter.
Let's try and do that.
So the naive way, to say what is going to happen, to tell you what is going to happen, is there's nothing new apart from exactly what is happening before this Christmas.
So I would make us trace that history.
Right.
But after the elections in 2012, the aftermath was one of the hardest periods for Ghanaians. Things were difficult. The value of the currency took a nosedive. Inflation was up the roof and all the likes. How hard could it look like for Ghanaians after those elections?
Well, those times I think will be a bit on a softer side compared to earlier years, because this election, as we're going into it, has been an election that we have a teacher, economic teacher, who has been monitoring, especially that's our financiers. We're looking at the IMF. So the spending, because normally we struggle a lot when we spend too much during election years, and then we are not able to make up sometimes even in the third year of our election, after the election. So this year I see the spending to be down, and I think all things being equal, if it's supposed to continue like that, I don't think things will be in a mess like the earlier years that immediately we go out of election, things started with them. I would say that the economy has a good grounds, okay, as we speak now. Whoever government will take over, we expect a positive direction in terms of the indicators and then how it reflects in the people's life. Remember, all the two political parties looking at, in as much as one's manifesto was more generic, the other was targeting, trying to fill the people's pocket and all those. I think solving the problem in the end they will approach it from the people's perspective. There are two ways of solving economic issues. We have the top-bottom approach, and then bottom-up approach. And I think whoever comes up will focus on the bottom-up approach to ensure that, you know, Ghanaians feel the economy in their pocket. But then let's not get this wrong, you know. There's a time lapse, okay, between when economic indicators are doing well and when it reflects in the people's pocket. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's where we never really managed to reconcile
exactly.
the two.
Ghanaians would think, oh, if a politician mount platform and say inflation has dived its nose, what do you call interest rate has come down, you know, GDP is growing, we think we should realize it in our pocket. GDP is growing. GDP involves government expenditure, okay, and in this part of the world, that's the chunk of the GDP pie, okay, if you look at the pie. So I would say that government is spending. Which areas is the government spending? Is the government spending in areas that will attract you to get jobs? If the government is spending on roads, okay, the government is spending in on classrooms, okay, building school structures, my brother, it won't reflect, or my sister, it won't reflect in your pocket instantly. The road that is being built can only employ few people. But the question is, over time, okay, over time, how many hours do you spend on the road, okay? Do you get to where you are going, okay? That will reduce your cost of fuel. And that will feed into productivity, okay? So we shouldn't be so, you know, anxious
of an immediate
when
effect.
The indicators are looking good, and then we think it will reflect in our pocket. We, those in the economics and finance, we understand that, yes, it will take some time before the people realize. So, trust me, it's a systemic thing. And in the end, we need to implement the structures that we've put in place as a result of, you know, going to see IMF, that they should come and give us a bailout. And all the structures that we've put in place, let's implement them to the core, and I think the country will have a good footing.
Dr. Mensah, thank you for coming.
You're welcome, Mom.
Dr. Laud Mensah is with the University of Ghana Business School. He is a financial analyst. We've been discussing the health of the economy last quarter of 2016 and projecting into what the economy could look like in the first quarter or first few months of 2017. If you missed this conversation, just log on to the BFT online on YouTube and you find this conversation. Then you can let us hear from you. There's more to come here on the program. My name is Kemini. Don't go away.
Uncle, please, can I check my number?
Okay. Wow! Gimme! You have won the ultimate prize, a brand new car.
What? A car?
Yes, a car, not a toy car. This is the key to your car. Wait, call your daddy.
Okay.
All right. So you see, he has won a car, but there are 4 more cars to be won, plus other amazing prizes and many more in the Giant Malt Open and Win promotion from July to October 2016. Just buy a can of Giant Malt, open a lid, and the number you find under it, voila, you can go to any Romani distributor or Royal Boat depots to redeem your prizes instantly. Giant Malt Open and Win promotion. Onapo, terms and conditions apply.
You're welcome back. If you just joined us, this is Business Time. We've just had a very insightful conversation about the election year as far as spending is concerned. We've looked at projection into year 2017. If you missed it, log on to YouTube and find the BFT online and watch that. The program is brought to you by Giant Malt, supported by the Business and Financial Times newspaper, World Vision Financial Services, Jubin House of Beauty, and Nalem Clothing for my costume. Next here is Investment Tips with David Wako, Chief Executive of World Vision Financial Services.
Micro-private equity, we are talking about providing capital, working capital, money to work with, not loan, to help you build your business in Ghana and beyond. In fact, one of the major challenges people are worried about when we talk about private equity is the release of ownership, thinking that this kind of system take away ownership from businesses. But in this understanding, it is not taking away business from the owners. It is rather helping businesses to go beyond the level at which they plateau, There are many businesses in Africa that has plateaued. They cannot grow beyond a certain limit. One of the constraints is they need injection of money or capital. And two, they need new ideas. They need people with up-to-date management skills to help the business to grow beyond that limit. So we are making it available to all business owners. We are employing fathers, mothers who has business, and they even have their children. They want to be trained to take over their business. They have the opportunity now. They should contact the room, as I mentioned, room 69 at University of Professional Studies, formerly IPS. We are in collaboration with them. We are registering now. Very soon, we will start the training of the first batch of people we call associate consultants. These are people who will be trained to have the up-to-date financial management skills to help your business to grow, whilst we also help you put enough money in your business and grow the money, as well as develop our country. This is what we are trying to do when we talk about micro-private equity. We invite everybody to be part of this program to grow Ghana.
Well, you can join David same time next week for those tips on how to invest in an economy like ours. But right now, let's go to the markets and find out how commodities and forex have been performing. Well, there you have it. Those were the commodities and forex market activities over the week. Now, if you missed the entire program, it's no big deal. Just log on to YouTube, find the BFT online, and you find the program there. This program is powered by the Business and Financial Times newspaper and sponsored by Giant Mold and supported by Jubin House of Beauty for my makeup, Nalim Clothing for my costume, and Wealth Vision Financial Services. That'll be all for this week. We'll see you same time next week. My name is Kemini. I'm a pleasure.